civilization is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Assalamu alaikum, Maida. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Anda sedang mendengar Kinabalu Podcast, podcast nomor 1 di Sabah, hosted by Ricardo, Kenny and Faizal.
This podcast is brought to you exclusively by the Sabahan Sg.
A group of Sabahan Communities live in the Republic of Singapore.
If you are one of them, please reach out and follow their socials, Instagram and Facebook, Sabahan Sg.
Or maybe fellow Sabahan traveling to Singapore can also reach them out to Sabahan Sg.
Now on to the show.
3 lelaki, 2 bapa, 1 bujang. Podcast pertama paling lit, tiada kurang.
Di sama nombor 1 yang lain boleh pulang. Info terkini tajuk best paling mana. Si kada botak janggut lebat tiada lawan. Kenny ketawa boleh sampai pecah syawak. Si Faizal pula bagi pancaan lipat awak.
Kami training, kami ranking, jom jadi kawan. Dari yang dekat mari sini jangan jauh. Boleh kasih up, kasih gempa baru jago.
Jokes kami cool, lawak masuk pool. Kadang kami carut sama macam 3 Abdul. Come on everybody, let's move to the beat. Crack the volume up, dengar podcast tidak stupid. Jangan jauh, mari kami bau. Ciao, bella ciao, ciao, bella ciao.
Yo, what up people? I'm Ricardo.
I am Kenny.
Kami dari Kinabalu Podcast, the number 1 podcast in Sabah. Legit, and we welcome you guys to season 7 episode 5.
Episode number 5.
I kind of like having a tongue twister here.
I know, because we usually do this in our native language.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna be like total English, I have to say.
Yeah,
Mind my English, by the way, Ken. You are English teacher. I'm not.
Yes, you are. Don't lie. We are both English teachers.
Oh man, we are so honored. By the way, today is gonna be Boomtown Charlie podcast, I have to say.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome, and
Yeah.
I am very nervous right now.
I am also. This is like we always say like we have like the biggest one on the studio.
Yep,
But
yep.
this is the biggest one internationally.
This is huge.
This is huge, man.
We have someone that is really, really talented in the world of climbing.
Yeah. I have to
Yeah.
say that he's a living legend.
He's a living legend, definitely.
He climbed the Yayasan Sabah.
Yep.
He climbed the KLIA.
Yeah.
Yeah. He climbed.
Oh, KLCC. KLCC.
He climbed KLCC.
KLCC.
The Sears Tower. I mean, most of all these skyscrapers lah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think safe to say it's more than 100 skyscrapers. He scaled them.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how he did it. And you are going to hear it from the legend himself.
Ladies
tonight.
and gentlemen, yes, please welcome Sir Alain Robert. Yeah.
How are
Welcome
you
to the
doing?
show, sir.
Welcome.
So nice talking to you, guys. So I am here live in Bali, where I live. Bali is in Indonesia, so I think we are on the same
Time zone, yeah.
on the same time schedule.
Yep,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Or is it the same? Or
It is.
it's the
Is it
same
now?
one? Yeah. Then,
Yes.
Then it's about 10 p.m. for you and 10 p.m. for me, right?
Yep,
Yes,
yep.
it is.
Unless if you're in Jakarta,
Because
Yeah.
we are.
it's
Jakarta, there is 1 hour diff.
yeah.
Yes.
1 hour different. Yeah,
Yes,
true.
yes.
Very true.
Yeah. And I like your whole vibe going on there.
This is his house there in Bali. He lives in Bali now.
awesome.
He lives in Bali now.
How's life in Bali?
I
Oh my God.
actually, it's not that far away from Kota Kinabalu.
Yeah.
So you are based in Kota Kinabalu or in Singapore?
In Kota Kinabalu.
Kota
We are based in
Kinabalu.
Sabah.
Yeah, we're based in
Kota
Sabah.
Kinabalu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wanna ask you the question from your childhood, sir. I would like to ask, how old are you now? And maybe you can tell us your childhood stories. Maybe have you been climbing, since you were young or a child?
Actually, I started to climb in 1975.
Wow.
But before it, I climbed a building, a little bit by Zard. I was like 11 years old.
Oh, okay.
There was 2 missing teachers. I was at school. I came home realizing that I haven't my keys. And then I have observed the buildings where my parents were living on the 7th floor.
Wow.
I knew that it was not going to be that difficult, and then I just climbed the 7-story building. So actually, that was my very first ascent, and then I really started to climb in 1975.
Oh, that is your first climb. Was it a rock climbing back then?
Yeah, that was rock climbing. You know, I have been doing rock climbing for a very long time, like pretty much 20 years.
So it is. Was it the free solo without any safety?
Well, at the very beginning, I did learn to climb, you know, using harness, using a rope, carabiners, and everything. And then along the way, I realized that actually I like very much to climb without any safety. And then I have started to experience it and to love it. And also I found out that actually it was much easier. There was a feeling of freedom that I couldn't find when I was climbing with a rope. And then it was allowing me to climb pretty much anytime.
Oh wow!
Wow.
11 years old and
It
7 stories back then when you're still small.
If I were that small, nah, I wouldn't climb the height.
I climbed my bed.
Earlier, you asked me something. Actually, I will be turning 60 years old in August.
Oh, this
Wow.
August.
So
Wow.
quite soon. Yeah, quite soon. Although I'm not retired, I am planning to do stuff. I guess, you know, my next trip will be most likely in August.
Oh,
Climbing, you know, in Europe, different buildings in different countries.
wow.
That's
So you're
amazing.
planning on your next climb this August, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I will be climbing at least 3 or 4 buildings.
Wow.
I'll be doing it as well for. I will be doing it as well for my sponsor, because this is also the way I am making a living. You know, it's not you know, there is nothing free in our world. And
True,
then for me, climbing is my passion, but it's also a way for me to live,
Oh.
to feed my family, and so on. Well, to pay my bills.
Oh wow!
see.
So basically, he is climbing for life. I mean,
Yeah, you know what they
for
say?
living. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they say? If you work for your passion
You
And
actually you don't have to work
for life.
for life.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
that is amazing. You are living the life, sir.
Yeah.
So I've got a question.
And actually,
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Please continue.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was
okay.
just going to mention that 10 days ago, I was supposed to climb in Dubai
Oh.
during the Dubai
Yeah.
Expo 2020, and I made a little mistake. The day before my ascent, nighttime, I went a little bit on the outside, the staying on the 6th floor, my hotel.
I see.
And then some people, they spotted me from down the road. They called the cops.
Oh.
Somebody wanted to suicide.
Oh.
And then 5 minutes later, there was 20 cops,
Oh.
different units knocking on my door.
Oh,
And then
no.
they took me to the police station.
Oh my
It
goodness.
went at a very high level. It went up to the minister, and then she decided to cancel my event.
Oh.
Too
And
bad.
then I flew back to Bali, and such a pity, because, you know, what I did was like really nothing. I just climbed on the handrail of my balcony.
Okay.
I kind of I struck the pole. I
Okay.
made a little few seconds video, and for that I messed up everything.
Oh
So that
no.
I did 1,000 times.
Oh,
Crazy.
But it was
Oh
like
my goodness.
it was. You went to Bali, like celebrating your anniversary, climbing one building in Dubai. Was it? You did climb the Burj Khalifa, right?
No. Well,
Back then.
that's on the same day, but this is also the day, I am with my wife now since already 10 years.
Wow.
So also on the 28th of March. So 20th of March, it's the day 11. I was on the top of Burj Khalifa,
Yep.
and 20th of March, it's also our 10th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
that is so sweet.
Happy anniversary, bro.
That is so sweet.
Thank you so much. But that's why there was so many flowers in my pool. I don't know if you saw some videos, and that was really really touching, really beautiful.
Yeah, good for you. Good to know that you're living the life. And I have to say,
Yes.
what you're doing is inspiring as well.
Yep.
Not inspired me to climb, but at least inspired me in the other way around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we get to know that Alain is actually a very romantic person.
yeah.
In his own
yeah.
ways.
Well, I have to say, all Frenchmen are romantic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And this proved to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a question, sir. When did you know that you actually have not just the skills, but actually you'd have the talent to climb tall things?
Bravery. The braveness to climb.
Well, it's just along the way you are climbing on a regular basis, and then you are also at the same time realizing that you can do very hard stuff, very hard grades, and then until medias, they are realizing that actually this guy is free soloing some things that nobody has ever done before, and it's pretty much like that.
I see.
It's kind of hard. Like, at the very beginning, I was appearing in the climbing magazine as free soloing on rocks.
I see.
Very hard grades, but I know nowadays people, they are not really aware about it because that was before the internet.
Yes, the
before,
social media and all that.
media. But for those at least who are following me on Instagram, you can see that I am a rock climber. I have even climbed mountains, and I climb buildings as well.
Yeah, you started with rock climbing
Yeah.
before you climbed the skyscrapers and buildings, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've been doing only rock climbing until 1994. 1994. This is the year I have started to climb buildings.
Well, back then when you still back then when you
I
still
kind of shifted to.
Sorry, it's a slight delay.
Yeah, sorry,
You carry on, sir.
Carry on, please.
Yeah, I said that I kind of shifted into building in '94. Although I climbed my what I am considering as the craziest free solo I have ever done. I climbed Pol Pot in Verdun, which is 770 plus, and I did it in 1996.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crazy thing because there is 260 meters. The style of the route is very unsafe, very hazardous. There is dynamic moves, there is frictions, so it's kind of a crazy thing.
Was it hot up there with the sun, with the surface that you're on?
That was winter time, nearly winter time. Actually, it was on that day. It was perfect. It was nearly cold, but there was no wind in the gorge, and that was the perfect temperature.
Awesome.
Wow.
But
So
I was really on the edge, meaning that I was so focused that I was doing some very extreme movements, completely unsafe. But I wasn't afraid because I had no time to be afraid.
Wow.
I was really focused on my target.
Wow.
I see.
So back then, when you still small, what did your parent say? You knowing you climb and all, did they say, like, Alan, do not climb, and are you going mad climbing? What did your parents say to you?
No, at the very beginning, my parents were not really knowing what I was doing.
Okay.
Of course, later on, they realized it. I wrote books. I had started to appear on TV, to get on some big medias like CNN, like BBC, and so on.
I
So
see.
of course, they were aware that actually their son was doing something dangerous and also illegal. But at the very beginning, they just knew that I was it. They what I was doing.
Wow.
Wow.
So you kept it hidden for like so many years up until you appear on TV. Then they know that you actually climb tall things. That is amazing. How did you hide it?
This is not that I was hiding anything. They knew I was climbing, but they didn't know at which level I was climbing.
Okay.
I see.
They just knew that, okay, my son is climbing, but that doesn't mean anything, my son is also climbing. But,
Yeah, I can see that.
And then one day they're like, "Oh my God, buildings!" That is. So at least they.
Actually, buildings has been a very important thing in my life because it did allow me also to start living by just traveling and climbing.
Wow.
Wow, I see.
As before it, although I was free soloing 8B, 8A, 8AB, I have climbed 15 routes in between 8A and 8B free solo, but I was only having like small sponsors. I was getting only small money.
Okay.
I see.
As when I started to climb buildings, contract became much more interesting.
Okay.
I
Wow.
see. Let's go into how you select your buildings. I mean, for some people, they sort of choose what kind of surface or what kind of place they want to go and climb. How about you? How do you choose your buildings? Like, okay, I like this building. Probably I like how the route is, as you mentioned.
How's the frame of the building?
Yeah.
How the build of the buildings?
Yeah. So what aspect did you look at when you choose a building to climb?
Yeah. Did you do your research before you start climbing?
Yeah, we want to know the process of it.
It depends, because there is some demands. They're official. This is companies who are asking me if I could climb their building. For example, the demand to climb in Dubai, it came 10 days ago.
Wow.
They suddenly asked me for the closing ceremony of Dubai 2020 if I could fly to Dubai and if I could climb the Al Wasal Dome.
Oh.
So I checked online, I found the pictures, and then I realized that most likely it is doable. And then I told them, okay, I am kind of sure that I will be able to do something. But when I climb illegally, it's a choice, meaning I'm choosing a city, I'm choosing a country, and I'm choosing a building I can climb. Because, that there is... nowadays, most of the buildings, they are not possible.
Oh, how is it so? Is it like it has like really flat surface?
Yeah, because they changed the way,
The
the way
construction.
they were building. For example, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, they were making buildings possible, and then they have completely changed the concept.
Yeah.
So,
Like modern buildings
so
built.
climbing illegally is much easier for me because I can choose. I am just going, for example, in a big city, and then I am choosing. I am looking at the buildings. I'm trying it, and then I can easily spot a building, and I can tell you right away if I can do it or if I can't do it.
Wow.
Well, I have to say there's a lot to talk about on the second part and the third part
Yes.
for sure. We're gonna take a short break, Mr. Alain. We'll be right back right after this. But of course, if you wanna check out or reach out the Sabahan who's living in Singapore, please
Yeah.
go to Sabahan Sg.
It is a group of Sabahan communities that live in the Republic of Singapore.
If
And
you
we
are, of course, if you're one of them, please reach out and follow their socials, Instagram and Facebook, and Sabahan Sg.
Yeah, and it's for Sabahan traveling to Singapore as well. Reach them out, the Sabahan Sg.
Ya, kita akan bersama-sama dengan Jenny Chu daripada Sabahan SG. Jangan ke mana-mana.
Langit Podcast kini dikenali sebagai Kinabalu Podcast.
I'm Charlie Cruz.
Farid PF, okay, klik guys. What up? So, Fan di sini sebenarnya budak biasa aja yang dilahirkan di Ranau.
Jangan lupa subscribe YouTube channel Lagu Dari Langit.
Ada Elvin MY.
Jadi, kita sedang buat benda yang sangat bagus.
Hey, si Aidil Bani di sini kau tidak pakai.
Saya Gilson Yanggun.
Apps editor yang Patrick pakai tadi.
Yo, what up people, this is Kinabalu Podcast, podcast nomor 1 di Sabah, hosted by Ricardo, Kenny and Faizal.
Apa dia tulis dalam papan tadi itu?
Vaksin, mana mau dapat vaksin ni?
This podcast is brought to you exclusively by the Sabahan SG.
A group of Sabahan communities live in the Republic of Singapore.
And if you are one of them, please reach out and follow their socials, Instagram and Facebook, Sabahan SG.
Or maybe fellow Sabahan traveling to Singapore also can reach them out, the Sabahan SG.
Now kita bersama dengan the founder ataupun president of the Sabahan SG. Kita bersama dengan siapa, Ken?
Jenny Chu.
Yeah, Jenny Aisyah Chu.
Yeah.
Hi Jenny,
Yeah.
how are you?
Cute-nya.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Jenny kasih kuat sikit kau punya, kau kasih dekat sikit lah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Itu
Oi.
best. Ya.
Suara berk.
Kita mau cerita tentang Sabahan SG ni ya, Jenny.
Ya.
Apa exactly? Apa ni? Tell us what is Sabahan SG by the way.
Okay. If some of you heard the podcast from the last session, which is the Sabahan Living Abroad, so that's where the idea come from. Then I decided to build a community for all the Sabahans here. After finding out there's no community support like the one that they already built up in UK, macam yang si JJ buat masa tu dia introduce kan. So that's where the idea come from. So this community actually we were going to build some sort of community where we'll share the culture and bring anyone that is staying in Singapore, the Sabahan, to live closer like what they feel at home.
Wow.
Oh, like that lah.
Macam di rumah.
Oh, okay. By the way, kau ada skrip ke tu sana? Tidak. Anyway, what is apa perkembangan dia setakat ini? How do you actually reach people as we speak lah? The Sabahan living there, yeah.
So after yang kita punya podcast hari tu, so I actually go and search and find out whether there's other community yang dorang sudah build up dalam Singapore ni, but unfortunately I only found two, but their topics much more to related to macam borders punya story, macam how they going to cross border during COVID,
alright.
how they going to travel like VTL, all this and that lah. Macam mana kalau kau mau balik, apa prosedur dia. Tapi dia tidak ada relate dengan macam mana, macam ada support. Macam orang yang baru datang Singapore, maybe they are clueless. Because based on my experience dulu, first time saya datang Singapore.
Yang kau tertembus tu kan, pergi Singapore dari Johor Baby.
Kau hanyut dari Tanjung Aro kan.
Itulah itu. Ya.
Okay.
Sebab kan begitulah, saya tidak ada experience, saya tidak tahu macam mana culture di sini, saya tidak tahu siapa-siapa di sini. So it's good to have someone that already experience it, especially yang sudah tinggal bertahun-tahun.
Betul.
So I believe that it's good to have such support to someone that is new. Maybe dia orang pun tidak rasa macam awkward,
Yes.
or dia maybe they have emotional support. Maybe they don't feel so distant. Dia orang tidak rasa macam so foreign. So
Dia orang
at
tak
least
apa
we have that
benda
kind of
tadi
support.
tak berapa nak apa sangat tadi.
They don't feel so foreign.
Just joking, Jenny.
So Sabahan Sg is like the beacon.
Beacon and also the reach out lah.
The reach out, the guide for Sabahans coming into SG.
That's the point lah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I mean, Ken, I want to ask you, kalau kau di foreign country pun, kalau kau macam feeling, we feel kita macam alienated juga lah di luar kan.
Kita jadi alien di sana.
Yeah. So of course you wanna like macam cari kawan-kawan and sit yang especially daripada tempat kita lah, especially Sabahan kan.
Yeah, to make it easier lah transition bilang lah kan.
And also we mesti akan struggle with problems juga, and we need people to reach out and berkumpul and sharing and all juga.
That's true.
Yeah, especially I mean group yang Jenny cakap tu yang dorang buat macam tentang borders and macam mana mau balik apa semua tu kan. I assume it's because of orang bilang masalah-masalah juga. That's why ada terbinanya itu group.
Yeah.
Yes. Jenny, you're there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Jenny. So we're talking about tadi apabila kita berada di orang punya tempat lah. Of course we want to reach out and everything kan. And talking about yang group kau jumpa tu, of course because of having orang bilang issues on mau balik, and banyak yang mungkin terbuang kerja juga because of PKP yang panjang and company yang crash, company yang
entrenchment.
Yeah, entrenchment and all kan.
Yes, correct. That's correct. So banyak yang actually ramai yang affected. I realize, especially kalau maybe some of them know or not. Sebab macam orang Sabah, they actually ada certain limit of age for them to be able to work in Singapore. So banyak actually orang yang tidak tahu. Ya, ada banyak orang yang tidak tahu. Orang fikir macam, I'm still young, maybe the opportunity is quite big. But actually limit age dia, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone that is listening, the limit is actually 35 and above. Something like that.
Oh, meaning kalau 35 is hard to get job there sudahlah.
Yeah, something like that lah. Diorang tidak encourage orang untuk stay di sini. Unless maybe you are married to someone here, then kau ada family, then that will be an easier journey for you.
Married to another one gitu kah?
Another one ah.
Jangan nanti ada yang kena carai lah ni.
Well,
Choi.
We're talking about Kenny today.
Again.
You again, as always.
So if we jadi PR sana, we can go over that 35 lah kira. Gitu kah?
PR is not an issue anymore, but if let's say you would like to apply work pass, there's a bit of struggle because ada satu this one guy I saw in the posting dalam yang di ada group lah, dia ada minta advice cakap kenapa saya sudah pernah bekerja lepas tu saya mau try apply balik tidak dapat. So it's a bit challenging for Sabahan actually. I have a few friends that before saya datang sini pun diorang ada cerita actually yang macam mana struggle diorang mau stay kerja, and then certain of age they have to give up and then return back to Sabah, but yalah they managed to kumpul duit and they start off a new life lah when they go back to Sabah. That's all.
What exactly the guy punya problem?
Age.
Well, the one that I know is yang age. Second is the sector itself.
Okay.
Bukan semua sektor yang orang boleh apply kerja. Example mungkin education wise and experience wise, orang ada limit kerja yang orang tidak boleh apply.
Okay.
I see.
Well, apalagi if you wanted to get to know about Sabahan Sg ni, podcast ini dibawakan eksklusif secara orang bilang oleh Sabahan Sg lah. Ya, dan apa Sabahan Sg ni Ken?
Sorry, it's a group of Sabahan Communities yang tinggal di Republic of Singapore.
Ya, dan kalau kamu adalah salah satu daripada mereka dan juga mungkin fellow travelers, Sabahan travelers yang mungkin pergi Singapore, bolehlah reach out diorang ni. Where to find them? Of course di Instagram dan juga di Facebook diorang ada. Kita akan cerita lebih lanjut selepas ini, jangan ke mana-mana.
Saya Raja Razi dari OK Let's Go Singapore. Korang sedang mendengar Kinabalu Podcast nombor 1 di Sabah.